In the previous episode, Fushi met Pioran, the booze man, reunite, and Gugu. Fushi and Gugu got attacked by a tree monster in the forest. Fushi sacrificed himself to let Gugu escape. After a while, Gugu went back to the forest to save his friend, Fushi. After some struggle, he was able to beat the monster with a torch. He touched the glowing stone, and out of it came Fushi, who is now fully recovered. Fushi, Gugu, Pioran, and Rihanna all lived happily together. 4 years have passed, and Fushi's body aged in accordance with the time that passed. The reasons were, firstly, he never encountered any knockers for the past 4 years. Lastly, he chose not to transform because he wanted to experience life as a human. Now back to the present, Rian's 16th birthday was about to come up, so she invited Fushi to come. She then asked a question about what kind of gift Gugu would like. Our hero replied that Gugu would like anything that Rian would give to him. As they talked about the birthday party, Rian also mentioned that she would get married at 16. She also told him that the marriage was arranged by her parents. Fushi then asked her if she hated the idea of marrying someone. And of course, Rian told him that she would never marry someone she doesn't even like. Hearing that, our hero told Rian that she should ask Gugu to marry her since Gugu likes him. Embarrassed by what Fushi told her, she reasoned out and tried to give Gugu the mask she made. While she was about to meet Gugu, he saw him talking to someone. And it's none other than his brother, Shin. Shin apologized to Gugu for abandoning him, and he asked him to come with him so that they could live together again. But Gugu declined. He told him how much he hated him for abandoning him. Shin then tried to give back the ring that Gugu gave him. But Gugu refused to accept the ring and slapped Shin's hand. Gugu told Shin that he already has a new family, and he doesn't want to lose them by going with him. While Gugu was about to leave, Shin told him that if he ever needed help, he could rely on him. Later that day, Shin went inside the wine shop to give the old man the ring he got from Gugu. Rian saw the ring and she remembered the day when she gave the ring to a young kid. She then concluded that the kid was Gugu, so she immediately went to look for Gugu to give him back the ring. She saw Gugu was sleeping on sweet potatoes. While Gugu was sleeping, she tried to put the ring back to Gugu's finger, causing Gugu to wake up. She then told Gugu that it was his time to make a move on her. She told him that she was about to get married soon, and she wanted Gugu to put a stop to that wedding. She also reminded him of the day when Gugu said that the one who loved her the most was him. Shen then left, leaving Gugu flustered. Later, the old man gave Gugu a special mask that could spit fireballs to help him in killing the knockers. Finally, the day of Rian's 16th birthday has arrived. Before Gugu and Fushi leave, the old man tells him that he is proud of Gugu and that he is like a grandson to him. And then after a while, Fushi and Gugu left. They went to the market first to find a gift they could give to Rian. Gugu bought a flower which Rian was picking the day before the accident. They now arrived at Rian's family mansion. While getting food, Fushi noticed that the people were looking at them differently. It was as if they were saying mean things behind their backs. But then Rian popped up. She thanked them for being able to come to her birthday party. Gugu then gave the flower she bought to Rian. Everyone was shocked at what Gugu just gave her because that flower reminded Rian of the day when she got injured. But Rian happily accepted the gift she received. While Rian was walking down the hallway, her father introduced her to the guy she would be marrying. Later, our heroes saw Rian and the guy was having a conversation on the balcony. Saddened by what he just saw, he tried to leave the venue. But before he leaves, Rian sees him, which stops him from leaving. Rian then asked him again how he injured his face. And finally, Gugu told her that she saved a girl from a falling log. She then solved all the puzzles. She realized the girl Gugu saved was none other than her. But then the ground collapsed, resulting in Gugu falling from the balcony. Thankfully, he manages to save himself from the fall. He immediately went inside the mansion to look for Fushi. There, he saw Fushi holding the mansion's roof from collapsing. Fushi told him that the reason for the mansion to collapse was because of the knocker. Fushi also asked Gugu to help Rian's parents get out of the mansion, and so he did. He went back to the mansion to look for Fushi again. There he saw him in his younger form again. Suddenly, the knocker started attacking them using the spirit bear form he took. So, Gugu used his fireball to take the monster down. But it was ineffective because this time the knocker was in the form of rock. After all the efforts they have made, they can't still beat the knocker. The knocker was able to kill Fushi in his March form. Gugu immediately went back to Fushi to check if he was fine. While Gugu was distracted, the knocker tried to attack him from behind, but he was saved by Rian. Rian and Gugu tried to escape the mansion, but the mansion finally collapsed. But Gugu managed to save Rian from the collapsing mansion. Meanwhile, Fushi was still fighting the knocker. As he fights the knocker, he feels something bad just happened. He then suddenly transformed into Gugu's body. He realizes that Gugu just died, but he is still in denial about Gugu's death. In the end, our hero defeated the knocker, but the knocker managed to escape before he could kill it. He immediately went back to check on Gugu, and there it was confirmed that he was dead. Coincidentally, Shin happened to see the event. There he saw the lifeless Gugu, so he took Gugu's body with him. After a few days, Fushi decided to leave the wine shop to continue his journey. Before he left the wine shop, he was on the balcony thinking. While he was there, he saw Rian running and about to go inside the wine shop to meet Gugu. Not knowing how to face her, he used Gugu's form to face her. Rian asked where Fushi was, and he told her that Fushi died from the event. He showed her where the grave was. Later, the old man and Pyorin came up to them telling our hero that he needed to be going. Rian asked where, and Fushi told her that he was just going to the market. Rian then tries to give him back the ring that she gave to Gugu when they were still young, but he told Rian that she should just keep it instead. Rian told him that she would be waiting at the same river where the accident happened. She waited there until night, but Gugu didn't show up. While she was lying on the grass, her father saw her and told her that she should go back inside. But rather than going inside, she informed her father that she was already in love, so he should cancel her wedding. So, our hero continued his journey. As he wanders, he calls for the hooded guy. He asked him the reason for his existence and what should he do next. So, the hooded guy told him that he was a special entity for preserving because everyone was bound to perish. He also told Fushi that is the reason why the knockers are attacking him. Fushi then told the hooded guy that he should fight the knockers instead if he wants to defeat them. While they were talking, Fushi smelled a familiar scent, so he followed that scent. As he jumps out of the bushes, the scent turns out to be Pyorin. Pyorin told him that she decided to come along on his journey. Fushi refused her offer and asked her to just go home. But Pyorin argues that he can't stop her because this is what she wants to do to give meaning to her remaining life. So, they continue traveling together. On their journey, Fushi keeps his distance from Pyorin and even rejects all Pyorin's food offers. Fushi told Pyorin that she should promise him to not die. The following days, Pyorin and Fushi saw a fruit tree. Pyorin asked him to climb the tree to pick some fruit for her. He tried climbing up the tree, but he couldn't. So Pyorin told her that he should use March form to help him climb up the tree. At night, Pyorin told Fushi that phenomenon was called the second death, so Fushi decided to never let it happen again. The next day, he tested his ability capabilities. He concluded that can't take the subject form if it's still alive. At dinner time, Pyorin offered Fushi to train at the Sarlnine Forest, because that place has no people and he trains there without injuring anyone, which our hero accepted the offer. As they arrived at the port, a girl appeared and offered them to ride a different ship instead because the other ship was already full. While they were boarding the ship, Fushi and Pyorin got separated. Fushi was shoved in a cage full of people. While he was in the cage, a man burned a mark on all of the people inside the cage, including him. But his mark just healed instantly. He was taken to an island named Jananda Island. While he is leading off the ship, a man notices that he doesn't have a mark. But then the girl who brought him to a different ship came up. She tells the man that it was his mistake, so she asks the man to let Fushi come with her. While the Fushi and the girl were running, Fushi asked her where Pyorin was. The girl told her that she doesn't know, so Fushi runs off by himself. He managed to smell Pyorin's location, but there was a tall wall preventing him from meeting her. He tried to climb up the wall by making a spear and using it as a ledge, but he slips, causing him to fall from the ground. Later, the girl and her group managed to find him. The girl tells Fushi that Jananda Island is a prison island and that even if she manages to find Pyorin, they will never be able to escape. But there is one option that can help him get out of the island, and that is to wind the island's battle arena. Our hero decided to partake in the island's arena. As soon as the gate opened, the participants ran inside the arena, causing Fushi to trip. Fushi saw that the participants were killing each other to win the event. After a while, only a man and Fushi left at the arena. The man threw an axe to Fushi's head. He noticed that even though an axe penetrated Fushi's head, he was still standing. So he stabbed him with different kinds of weapons. The man then collapsed after seeing Fushi was still standing despite all of his attempts to kill him. After the event, the girl introduced herself to Fushi and her name was Tanari. Fushi immediately became popular on the island to the point where a mother asked him to marry her. So Tanari used Fushi's popularity to earn money by giving her 2 silver coins if they wished to talk to him. Later, Tanari's boss came up and Tanari told him that he should prepare a lot of ships because they were about to leave the island. Her boss was skeptical. He told her that if he did that, their captain would punish them. But Tanari assured her that everything would be fine because Fushi was there to help them. After a while, Tanari and her gang gave our hero a tour of the island. While they are showing the parts of the island, Fushi sees 3 men were hanged. Fushi was shocked, but Tanari and her gang told her that he should get used to it because you can see those all the time. While Tanari was talking, Fushi realized something. He realized that if the prisoners here on the island were living normally, then why was Piorin arrested? Tonari told her that it was because Piorin was a violent criminal, and that in the past she poisoned 10 people. Fushi then left Tonari and her friends to continue his search for Piorin. At night, Fushi asked the hooded guy to help him see Piorin. The hooded guy asked him if he was done with the tournament. Fushi told him that he doesn't care about the tournament, and he also doesn't want to kill people. But the hooded guy refused to help him. Later that night, while our hero was sleeping, a mysterious man approached him and licked him in the face. The next day, Fushi tried to climb the tall wall again, but once again he failed to do so. Later, while he was at his wolf vessel, he accidentally killed a mole because of the wolf's instinct. He then turns into a mole, and while he is in mole form, an owl abducts him. The owl brings him back to Tonari and her gang. The second round of the arena then began, and it was Fushi against an old man. While the old man was attacking him, he asked him to just give up because he would never be able to beat him. But the old man refused, so he tried to scare him by using all of his other forms. He then remembered something from his past, and that is Poronia. Suddenly he transformed into Poronia's body. The old man turns out to be a pervert and he tries to bite him, but he managed to dodge the old man's attack and knock him out. After the second round, our hero was still shocked about Porona's sudden death. The hooded guy suddenly pops in the picture, telling our hero that experiencing pain from death is important for growth. Later, Tonari approaches him and asks him to come and eat lunch with her. Fushi refused, so Tonari decided to just follow him instead. Tonari and her friends offered our hero a cow's blood as a celebration of his victory, but he refused and left. Tonari then asks Fushi why he refused to kill his opponents. She also told him that there are some people who deserve to be killed, like the old man he fought, for example, because the old man was a lunatic and he killed 50 people before he was transported to the island. Even after hearing that, Fushi just ignored her and continued walking. But then Tonari sulked at him and asked what she could do to make him like her. He told him that nothing, because he just stole someone important to him. So Tonari then offered herself to help him in finding Piorin. Before she started her search, she told our hero to remember to smile. At night, he finally managed to get inside the prison by digging underneath using the form of a mole. He shouted for Piorin's name, to which Piorin answered back. Piorin asked him how he managed to get a female vessel. He told her that he was using Porona's form. He also told him that he came to save to help her escape from prison. But Poronia refused and told him that she was a criminal and she deserved to be in jail. While Poronia and Fushi were talking to each other, Tonari from outside called him, telling him that she just found useful information. Before he leaves, he promises Poronia that he will help her escape no matter what. Fushi then met up with Tonari. He asked her what is that information, but Tonari refused to tell him and told him that he should win the third round first. The third then began, and our boy was against a mean-looking dude. Our hero managed to kick the mean dude's head, leaving him confused. The crowd asks our hero to kill him, but he refuses to do so. So, the crowd decided to take matters by themselves as they tried to shoot the mean-looking dude using a bow. But Fushi saved him by slashing the arrows using his sword. Then someone managed to shoot the mean-looking dude from behind, and our hero was announced as the winner. After the third round, Fushi saw the mean-looking dude again. He thanked our hero for saving him. Fushi realized that he and the guy were the same because they both planned to win the arena battle to protect their loved one. So, he promised them that he would get them off the island. The mean-looking dude's brother then asked him to stay for a while, and our hero accepted the offer. While he was talking to the kid, the hooded guy warned Fushi that the knocker was on the island. A few minutes later, the ground started to and attacked Fushi by surprise. As an attempt to save the other from the knocker, he baited it into going to a place where there were no people. Before the knocker was able to hit him, the villagers, Tonari, and her gang saved him. All of them helped each other in fighting the knockers, and at the end they won. Fushi has finally been able to regain his lost memories. He was then approached by Tonari, asking him to stop crying because no one was hurt. Our hero then thanked Tonari for helping him. Fushi's thrilling adventure doesn't end here. Join us as we uncover the mystery and travels of Fushi the Immortal.